Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Golden Shower Sunday stream on March 26th. It is already almost April. I say this every month. I'm like, it's already the
The
fucking
next
next
one.
month. Ugh. I am here with my co-host Hex
What up?
and our newest pledge. Do you stay a pledge forever, or does it switch at some point?
No,
Never.
you have to no, because you have to initiate me. So you go through but what would be really funny is if we did a hell week.
Yes.
One podcast every day, 2 hours a day. Yeah, 7
And then
days
your
if you can't
haze.
do it. Yeah, and then you're like, "Hey, yeah, then you're 100% in.
All right.
So
Well, we should definitely
so
do.
anyway, but yes, I'm the newest addition. So thank you for having me, guys. Appreciate it.
Of course. This is everyone's. I don't want to. I don't want to talk about it anymore as much as we can. We've all talked to death at this point, and I'm ready to like. Now I'm just ready. Now I gotta get everything like. So today I'm getting my website set up, and I got my bank account yesterday, so everything should be set up by tonight. And I'm actually going on Simcast tonight, so that's good. So I'm like, woof! I'll have my link ready to go.
Nice,
Yeah.
awesome.
So that'll be good. I'm excited.
Yes,
But
that's the thing to talk about, is next. What's
yeah,
next?
yeah,
And it sounds like you have it rolling. That's awesome.
yeah. Thank God I have a friend out here. He's actually helped write some of the stuff I've said to the government and stuff. He was like, great. And he
Mhm.
used to do campaigns, and he's like, I'm kind of rusty, but can I help you? And I'm like, yeah, you can fucking help me. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Like, so he's like, okay, I'll help you write your. He's like, it won't be like perfect right away. And I'm like, I don't, dude, any help, anybody who can help with shit, I'm fucking down because I am not smart.
That's okay, that's not true.
I,
That's not true. But it is always good to have a bunch of eyes and ears, especially when you're running something that's this big and it covers a bunch of people. The more you don't need a whole lot, you don't want
right.
too many cooks, but to have eyes and ears, and legal writing is its own language. So, uh y- yeah, any help.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
could like I am just not like I'll trail like you guys. I trail off sometimes, and I'm like, like so. The more help I can have people actually like give me things to practice and whatnot, so that'll be good. Oh, I just wanted to announce too. Okay, I guess I'll make some announcements here real quick while we're at the beginning. The second this next Sunday, it'll be great because the convention will be basically over. So we'll come back and we're gonna have Michael Rufo on next week for Golden Shower Sunday stream. If anyone is watching from Colorado, this week there is a fuck ton of LP shit going on. So I would love to see people, even if you're not in the LP, come hang out with me. Like all my Forest Mommy, my high motherfucker friends, like got Wednesday night as Liberty on the Rocks, and Clint's in town for the thing. But the Liberty on the Rocks, if anyone doesn't have that in their state, it's really fun. Just meet up every other Wednesday, drinking. Usually there's a speaker, blah blah blah. So Clint's the speaker this week. So that's Wednesday. Thursday is my county affiliate, and we're picking a new board and all that shit. So that's gonna be a big meeting. And then the Friday, there's a comedy show in Golden, and hold on, let me get up here. Randy, chilling off. Oh, sorry. Oh, and in Golden at the same spot as the convention. So that's Friday night. Those tickets are, I think they're $40. I can get the link for everybody, but I really want everyone just to come to that because that's like, who doesn't fucking love a comedy show? Everyone fucking loves comedy shows. Like, even if you haven't been to one in for fucking ever, like comedy shows are just always like fun and everyone can get along. Everyone's in a happy mood. And Kyle Ruff is performing that night, and then two comedians from Nebraska. So that's that. And then our convention Saturday and Sunday. So it's just going to be like nerding out with the libertarians. All like they say it's not a social club, and I'm like looking at my calendar. I'm like, now that's the only social I'm doing.
Yes, ma'am. Don't let them tell you this is not a social club. If you've ever been to any Liberty event and then you've been to another Liberty event, I think we know what it
Yeah.
is.
But it's so
Yeah.
fun. It's so
So,
like I
oh,
love all the
I
people
love
I've
it.
like, because I've gone to the Arizona convention before. I've traveled, like, it's so fun making this community and like meeting people. We're all different. Everyone, like, we have a good time. It's just to get together and have a good time. Like, I just love it. So, anyways, that's all that's going on for us. But now we can talk about. Oh, and JJ Boogie on the 16th. I'll figure out the other weekend.
Oh,
So
nice,
that'll be
nice.
fun. Good job getting him, Hex. Good job getting some guests, man. Loving it. Oh, good, Gustav. He was actually just here, but I was so busy with everything fucking going on, I couldn't drive up to Steamboat with him and see the show. But everyone go follow Ravi the Fire and shit too. He's great.
Robbie the
Uh,
Fire is performing at the Florida convention.
oh, nice,
Yeah,
nice.
yeah,
That'll
it's
be
gonna. Yeah,
fun.
we're
When is
excited
it
for that.
again?
That is the weekend of the 21st in April.
Of April.
At the end of this month. It's in a
Okay.
few weeks.
Very fun.
Yes, we're excited.
Very fun. Very fun. Our next convention. Oh, oh, sorry. Sorry, Paul. Paul's in charge, not me. Anyway, so now it's about you, CD. How are
Oh,
you
good.
doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Had a solid week. Solid week. Nothing. Not, thank God. Nothing too special this week. Just regular stuff. How are you, Hex?
I am A-okay over here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anything cool happen in your week?
Uh, Thursday I'll be streaming on my channel just to shoot the shit, and you all get to watch me attempt to work on music if you want. Probably 6 o'clock p.m. EST. So if anyone wants to tune into that, you're more than welcome. If not, that's also fine. I don't like telling people what to do, but if that's something you'd be interested in, feel free to tune in.
Hex
Nice.
said it. Hex said
Music.
attempt to play music. Like what he does is an attempt. Please, please. What I do when I attempt music is attempting music. Hex, you're a rock star. Whatever.
Yes, he's the resident rock star. We got Adam in the chat. Say Michael. Alice was over there. Randy. Hey, Buxom. Hey, Paul. Hey,
Oh,
CC.
uh,
Hi. Oh, go
sorry.
ahead.
Last Friday, Adam and Alice did Put a Fork in It. I was there, and so was Q. So if y'all missed that, please check that out.
We are like the best white supremacist family ever. Like, we are killing it at white supremacy.
Agreed. People should take note. People should be more like us.
Yep.
I am excited if there is going to be smears that I'm like a white supremacist. I mean, already someone out here in the Libertarian Party went to the press and said all the Mises Caucus were white supremacists. And I'm like, and that's the bitch. That bitch doesn't even have one black friend. Okay. So she's out there.
It's always them. It's always them. It's
Always.
always those. It's always them. They don't. Yeah. I mean, I can't help y'all. I cannot help y'all.
Lordy, lordy.
Yeah.
So what's going on in Tina's life? You're bartending. You're liking your bartending gig.
Yeah.
It's fun. You like to talk to people, so that's like the best job for that.
It is. And we have some really good regulars that I like and enjoy and get to pick on. Mostly like older like military retirees. That's
Okay.
like a lot of down here in Central Florida. So yeah, they're hilarious and they're from like all over. And a lot of them are like hella Midwestern, some of them East Coasters, and I just pick on them like all the time. And then because I am not one of you, I don't understand you, and a lot of times I've had a few like visitors that like don't get my humor at all. Like they don't, they just are like, "Are you picking on me?" And I was like, "Well, kind of, but if I didn't, that means I don't like you." So I mean, uh, I don't know. I'm just never mind. I'll put in your order. Fine. Never mind. Fail. No, we last night I worked till late and we had a really awesome band that was just regular cover band. There was like 7 or 8 of them though. But they did music from like the late 50s to like Dua Lipa. I was incredibly impressed. You hear a lot of cover bands and like wedding type kinds of bands. There's a lot of that out there, and there's a lot of that likes to play at bars, and it brings in people. Uh, but this band had 16-year-olds and 80-year-olds dancing together. And it was kind of special. Like this older man who I'm 5'2", okay, and he was not much taller than me. But he was getting he was like this little old man, just like little, and he was getting it. Getting it. We also like our back patio is sand. It's all it's like beach themed. So like the whole thing's sand with like big picnic tables. So everyone's like dancing in sand and which makes it really easy. Uh so so cute, so fun. So yeah, it's like moments like that when like, oh, this is so neat. This is my job. Like I get to stand on here and like watch all these people be really, really happy. And like it doesn't I guess honestly work is my reprieve from politics because everyone is happy. And it doesn't matter what it just doesn't matter. Good music, good drinks, good food brings makes people happy. So I get to experience that and provide that experience for people. That's probably the thing that I love about the service industry in general, whether it's sales, that's a service, like whatever it is, whatever level you're at, like creating experiences for people where like, you know, uh helping them make memories. It's like a
Yes.
really cool thing. That and like when you take your job as like a lot of people, when you get a real job, well, you know, lots of lots of memories have been made and facilitated because of good service, right? And so like if you can be that person that like I have people all the time that are like, "Hey, I know this is weird, but like I get those requests all the time of like it's someone's birthday or hey, two of us are going to walk in at the same time. There's going to be a third one, but like I need you to like and people will pay you to create that experience. And like I don't know, like when you can do that and you like it's fun. And it's like, dude, yeah, whatever. Do you need me to jump out of a cake? I'll do it, you know? Um, so
You gotta
no,
pay
so
a lot extra for that, though. You gotta pay
uh,
a lot extra for that.
yes, but people do. You would be shocked. And like in the moment, if like people are like, I want this. Can you provide this? Like me, I'm like the worst. I'm like a kitchen's worst nightmare because I tell the guests yes on everything. Like I'm never gonna tell like I'm not gonna be the first one to tell you. If I have to tell you no, you've asked for something really
Crazy.
tall,
Right.
crazy. Like, dude, unless we're willing to fork over money right now for a maybe, there's no way. Um, but like people pay big bucks for the weirdest shit for you to facilitate something. Um, Anyway, but yeah, that's why I always go back to it. That's why I always go back to service. I've done all kinds of things, not just local politics. I've worked in finance, but in all that, I always go back to service. So while I'm working on being a teacher, uh, aw,
Thanks, St. Michael.
that's awesome.
Rumble chat. Supremacy. See, like all these new features we can have.
It's super
YouTube.
cool.
Yeah.
It's super cool. No, I'm watching it and it's really cool.
I feel
Rumble
like
has
good
come a long
features.
way in a very short amount of time.
Well, and I wonder if and I'm sure with people, a little more people moving over there, and I know Paul pays for the like premium, so there's people paying for the premium and stuff. So they're putting that money where their mouth is, and they're making it better. They're putting it back into it. So yeah, hell yeah, Rumble.
Yeah, I'm big on Rumble. Whenever I started whiskey and tea way back when, like that was always my goal was to just have it on Rumble and clip to YouTube because fuck YouTube.
I know.
But YouTube
As I'm
is a
in there today.
for what I wanted to
I'm
do,
taking
I
advantage too of what happened this week. I know it drove some traffic to my YouTube too, so it's like I gotta take advantage of
and
it.
that's why YouTube it's essential to keep it, but you don't have to. I don't want to rely on it, right? Like I don't want to start there. If I don't start there, then they can't take anything away from me.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, and
So
if
if you
they just
just
take some of your clips, whatever. Like,
then fine. That's how I always, because I do see the advantages of Rumble. I saw it 2 years, a year and a half ago, And anyway, so this, oh, St. Michael. I don't know if you
Oh, I see. I mixed it up. I thought it was St. Michael before. I'm gonna
That's
do
the-
that more often. I'm gonna mess it
yeah,
up.
I was
And you guys
I was gonna say.
thanks, Paul and St. Michael.
That's awesome.
Oh,
Good.
Skin MS. We were good. I don't want to talk a lot. There's nothing about it really much. I mean, I'm not at this point. I'm not pursuing anything because why even? It's just the karma is just too. It just feels so much better than any legal shit would feel. But he hasn't posted for a couple days, so I don't know. I wonder if they did tell him to like stay the fuck off Twitter, dude. Like,
Yeah,
at
you
least
lay off for a month, come back like nothing happened.
when he was always the type who was like, I need to deactivate for my mental health for a while, which is fine, but it's like, okay, just fucking do it. Like, his
Like, why?
drama.
Yeah. You don't need to announce it. Goodbye. Nobody
Nope.
cares.
So who knows? And I talked to my friend Sean, that journalist I made a post about the other day, who I knew him before. He's been on our show a couple times. He just did his time for J6, but he's out now, and we were just laughing because he lived in New Mexico, and this Jeremy guy, I guess, was an anchor down in New Mexico for a while, and he was a stupid bitch back then too. So anyways, so that's the latest. We're just gonna like stand on his fucking shoulders and like be louder and like, and I have I've been I announced this before, but so Tuesday I'm supposed to go on Jesse Kelly. Tonight I'm on Simpcast, and then supposedly Timcast on the 21st of April. That's your weekend of your convention, but maybe that Friday night you could still at least watch the Timcast.
I will make a point. First of all, let me say this about the convention. I don't really participate.
You just show up. And
I just show up, and yeah, I'm not. No.
You're not gonna be too busy.
Not gonna be too. No. So whatever day Dan Smots is reading for people, which I'm so stoked to see my brother read for people. I hope he does okay. I'm sure he will, but he's not so good at reading sometimes. And for that speech, I'll watch that speech, and then like that's as far as my business goes. That's it. Everything else is by the pool. This is Central Florida.
Oh yeah, that's true.
The entire.
Maybe I should head down there after Timcast. Maybe I should do that.
Central Florida should have their convention in the pool. In my opinion, we should all just be voting from the pool. That's what I said that last year because I flew from Louisiana and came here and came to the Florida convention, and I was like, why are we not doing this from the pool? I don't understand.
Like, point of order.
No, I straight up showed up in like a swimsuit and a cover up. I was like, they were like, you're not going in. And I was like, why? I don't care. Yeah, I just wore my swimsuit. So anyway, yeah, that's how serious I take if it was like so like I don't feel like voting. Like I said, I just got here, so like I'm still new, and I don't even know if like my 60 days registered to vote here will be like 60 days by the time convention happens. So, which is the rule. But I'm there to support, and the people who are nominated for their respective positions, I think they'll be fine. They'll like I'll be there to congratulate them by the pool when they're done. How about that?
With a beer or drink.
We did it. Yay, team.
Now let's party. Thanks.
Yes.
I know it is fun. It's if no one's ever gone, you can pretty much go to, if your states have their shit together and have a good convention, you can always go and watch the business for free and just like not be eating the food and stuff. But like everyone's allowed to go, especially, and if you're in the parties and don't want to pay, you should, and you can vote and are a delegate and stuff, you can go for free to do the business. And it is fun to watch. Like it is just, there's something about
it's so
it.
good.
I hate it, but then I'm also like, I was so like wired last year during it. Like
we had so much going on. We had so much going on with the Mecox, and everybody was working really hard in their affiliates to get all the delegates that we would need at Reno's. We make sure So honestly, this year just kind of feels like we can just like chill. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we did it, we did the thing, we accomplished it, and like now everything's just riding, you know? We don't yeah, last year there was a lot of like friction and pressure, and it was like who's how many states are gonna get MC majorities and da 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 da, like, you know, there's a lot of that.
International, yeah.
So like yeah, so like there's a lot of that. So like this year it's just like it's just, you know, well, you know, kind of not, you know, it's still activism, but there's not so much like controversy and so much stuff going on like at convention. Like, what if they pull this from the floor? What if they do this? What if they do that? Then it's like strategy and shit, like it's Reno. And I was like, bro, it's just a state thing. Like, chill. um, but yeah, but no, so this year it doesn't, yeah, you know, people know what's up. And I think a lot of the bad actors, not all of them, but I think a lot of the bad actors, you know, are gone from, you know, are out of there, especially state, you know, state. A lot of that's gone. So anyway, yeah, that's my take on conventions. Go have fun. Hang out with your friends. Go watch. I'm gonna go watch Robbie the Fire. And then yeah, if you aren't a pool person and you don't live in Central Florida or you're not traveling to Central Florida, definitely go watch the business because it is fun and juicy.
Well, and it's important. It's like it's the only other word I can think about is fellowship. Like you have to fellowship with your people like this, even if like you said, the bad actors. I think out here, some of the bad actors have learned to chill now because we got fucking real shit to fight, and the couple that are like terrible bad actors, they're just gone. They're done. They're done. They're just like go away, and they've gone on their own. Voluntary association. You've noticed you can't fucking tear us down, so move the fuck along and tear some other group down. We don't want you to do that here anymore. So, yeah, and you have to like fellowship with your people.
Yeah. So I that's what I think. That's really, yeah, that's a good way to put it. That's what I was saying. Is that like the people that were there to just, you know, a lot of those people have moved on. Because they can't and it wasn't working. So that's why
I hope there's someone I hope shows up. She was the original, she was the kind of the hot girl in the party for a minute, but she's not anymore. Okay. There's a new mommy in town.
Clearly.
I'm just kidding, everybody. That's gonna get clipped. They're gonna be like, she's harassing her. Every fucking time. So
every time.
Anyways. What else is going on? What's going on between now and then, I suppose? Work. Normal life.
Yes. Yeah, I don't have anything going on really. I just plan to be working, and hopefully by that point the school board here locally has posted like new openings and stuff for next year. Start applying to be a teacher. Yeah, that's the next step in that.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's really what I'm looking forward to this month is that portal. Like teachers start to confirm whether they're going to return or not for the next year, and so like you start to see where openings are coming up. That should be like soon after Easter.
What are you trying to teach?
4th grade. The little ones, but not to teach them how to read. And I want to make sure that they can wipe their own ass. And I want them before they start watching porn.
That is like a little sweet spot right there.
It's getting narrower and narrower because the world, but yeah, 10-year-olds, that's my jam.
Someone in the chat brought up an Afro Man controversy. Do you guys know what that's about?
So I know.
Go ahead, Hex. Go ahead.
So first, I had no idea he lives in Ohio, but he lives in Adams County, Ohio. Police raided his house. He didn't do anything. He caught it all. He caught it all on camera. They raided his house, stole money from him, fucked all his property up. He turned the camera footage into a music video, hilariously. and then the police department calls themselves trying to sue him because of the embarrassment or
of course.
You don't fucking raid people who didn't do shit, cocksuckers. And apparently he's planning to countersue, which I hope he does.
How can the government sue someone? How is that not a First Amendment type thing? Like, How can the government sue someone for talking about what the government is doing?
And then when they gave him his money back, they tried to keep some of it for themselves, but then that they ended up giving all of it back.
Of course, those motherfuckers.
What a motherfucker. What? And like my thing is I understand this is where like it chips away these situations. And thank God no one was hurt. And this apparently no one was hurt. Like it was just stupid.
Right.
But like these are the things that are gonna chip away at qualified immunity. They miscounted $400. Every rating officer got $100 bonus for being an idiot.
It just goes in the pocket so easily, you know, like that.
Man, as easy as planted evidence comes out the pocket, right? But yeah, that's that. But these are the cases where like they can chip away at qualified immunity. Like it will come in our lifetime, and it will, because they can't hire the way they hire and not train the way they don't train, and keep out of lawsuits forever.
Nope.
Because you got so many dumb cops, so many dumb people that you give a badge and a gun, and then
at some point.
Yeah, like at some point, like, so they're going to be inundated with lawsuits that a Supreme Court case is going to go up, and it's going to, and a chip off a qualified immunity would be a success.
I think
that's what sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I think another big thing is now everyone's got smartphones and social media. So when stuff like this happens, you see it more, then it spreads wider. So it's like, yeah, you can't cover a lot of this stuff up though as easily as they used to be able to. Like,
Right.
For example, like the shoot. I don't know if y'all remember the shooting that happened in Buffalo, New York last year. Where
I remember that one.
Yeah, dude was like pretty much a Fed. Because he had live streamed it, and then like people had noticed like the way he was handling the weapon is like, yeah, he's got like some like top notch training. This isn't just some random ass person. And like once people start realizing that, they buried that.
Yeah, and he had that he had a whole manifesto that was like just like too good.
Yeah. He like AI, like GPT wrote it or something. Like, this is what we think this character would say, Yeah, that's you can't hold on to it forever when it just keeps creating, and especially think about it. If you hire this person, don't even think like a cop. It's like you hire this person, you train this person, you invest in this person. And that's the difference that's where it starts, right? Is that the police department isn't investing in you. The taxpayers are investing in you. If it was a private company and they were investing in you, they wouldn't hire some dumbass, right? They would hire smart people because they're not going to pay to go have you train, and you fuck up
settlements.
Yes, you fuck up your first year on the job. You do something wrong, you cause lawsuits. Now we have to, that's where the investment starts, is because the people and the taxpayer doesn't necessarily feel it, right? It just comes out. It just, they feel it out of their check, property taxes, whatever. But if a company was directly affected by an employee's failure, they wouldn't hire dumb employees. And so, that's where, we could go into privatization of the police. All I want is just for District 4 in Colorado to have some fucking body cameras. We could start there. That would be cool.
That's gonna bring up, like, as much as I can be involved in that kind of stuff, because I brought up on Scissor Me Timbers, obviously with the Johnny Hurley situation, they were fighting the fucking body cameras. And then I brought up, someone was bringing, Buxom said in the Rumble chat about, they hire someone with low IQ. Yeah, Arvada had to pay money out of our pocket, the taxpayer's pocket, because they hired someone who had a known history of being a fucking mental case, and they still hired him. And I don't think, and why can't, so doctors have to carry insurance for malpractice, right? Why why is that not happening with cops? Because it's a life as well, same as with doctors, where they, you know, sometimes their malpractice kills people. It's just like cops, sometimes their malpractice kills people. So why aren't they carrying their own goddamn insurance? Why do we have to fucking pay for it?
Because we are the insurance.
we are the insurance.
Because yes, because we why would you, what greater insurance than taxpayer dollars?
Yeah, it's just never ending too.
It's just never, and so it's just like, yeah, that's whenever it's like, yeah, maybe you know, the Palisades and Calabasas and, you know, all these places with all these super rich people, they have their own private force. They don't have, you know, Beverly Hills Cop. Oh, please, you know what I mean? Like that's now taken over by privatized security that are deputized and can, you know, ticket you and arrest you.
Yeah.
And doesn't that sound so wonderful? Like, and then if that company sucks and if they don't do a good job, they just get fired.
Yeah.
And the homeowners association or however rich people do it, they hire someone new. Wouldn't it be cool if we could just like, you suck. You know what? You suck. Bye.
Yeah.
Kick rocks. You know, but that's and the only way to start that is for qualified immunity to just be, you know, like I said, even slightly chipped at. Because then the whole thing falls. Just the whole thing will fall. And they will be held accountable.
Yeah. And I'm definitely going to work on spreading the message too of like, hey, guess who takes your guns? I know that everyone's like, no, they won't do that.
Oh.
Then I'm like, okay, so if you don't think they will do that, then that means you shouldn't care if they're making laws to take your guns, right? And then they're like, well, no. I'm like, the law is nothing without them. So like, you obviously don't trust them either. So that we're definitely got to get that message out, because, and it's not like, and like you said on Sesame Timbers too, it's like, no, it's not all cops are bastards. I don't want to say that. Like, it's not that way. But they are in this job where like, and when we hate government, like, and you're literally enforcing the government, like, we have to have a conversation here that like, you know, I would rather have a private security guard who isn't beholden to anyone. That's what my fucking 9 News did out here when they shot that dude. They hired this unlicensed security guard and they went, well, oops. And they killed someone that they politically disagreed with. That's like, it's just wild what's been going on, you know? Like, it's just, and then these same people, you try to have a discussion with them about it, okay? They'll say, all cops are bastards. Okay, let's talk about that. The government, that's the government coming out. I'm talking now about the left. And then you try to argue with them about the private security, and they're like, well, they'll mess up. And it's like, yeah, no, duh, bitch. But like, cops are messing up. So why don't we try more of this? And then all the people in government are protected by guns. They're protected by guns.
Yeah, and all kinds of weapons, you know, everything. So you know, but in some states, if you get caught with a billy club, you know, you're going to jail. So I mean, you know, how and I think the part that's also the separation and what social media has done to pull back the veil. People are so they're so distant from like the reality of cops, right? Like most people don't interact with the cops. They don't, you know, they the worst they'll get is get pulled over, right, for speeding or something. So unless you know someone personally, well, and like I said, this is where social media is pulling back the veil and it's keeping people it's keeping it in their face that, like, you know, this can happen to you. This can happen, and these people can treat you like this, just like they treat this person on this stream like this, on this, you know, this video. And the more that's, and I hate exploiting police hurting people.
Yes.
Like, but like, it's crucial to show that, like, you know, this doesn't just happen in the bad parts of your town. This can happen to anybody. and they will use excessive force for nothing. And that's not to say they would all do that, but they're all when they are armed and you are not, uh, they will take advantage, and they do. Oh,
No.
Kari, hey.
Hey, kitty girl.
Oh,
Oh,
she's so
she's so
pretty.
like, yeah, like my cat never in a million years would let me pick her up and hold her like that. Like, and just be sweet and still. Look at her. Ugh, I need another cat. That's why I keep saying, I'm like, we need another kitty that's like an act. Like, she doesn't even meow. My cat has never fucking hissed, and the only time she meows is so she can lick the dog's like food spoon. Like, and she's like, so she's just a fat ass and like, hey Adam in the chat, freaking cats, man. And then I'm like, I don't want another dog, but I totally would get another kitty. They're so cute.
Especially when they're so little. Oh,
Yeah. She's saying she seems like she's like looks like a kitty still in her face. How old is
yeah.
she now?
She was a month and a half when we got her. Let's see, she'll be 8 months.
Oh, she's a baby.
She'll be 8
She's
months coming
a
up.
baby. Anyways. I don't know. Oh, did you guys see that thing with Joe Ben? You shared it. With henchmen or
Yes, Joe Bishop Henchman has taken the stage to an international stage at that, in the Ukraine, whatever. I guess he was in Kiev, and he's been down there a while, apparently. And he's going to talk to them about anti-corruption tax laws. A whole anti-corruption package they've designed for these people. It was like, they didn't do any zero research on these people that like, which is why it plays into my whole point that like, so they got the guy that figured out corruption within his own party to come and do the anti-corruption package. That sounds to me
where there's war going on, apparently.
Yeah, it sounds to me like he's telling them all the loopholes. That's what it sounds like to me. It's like when the tax man, like if you got a good tax man, he's like, look, man, you gotta click this box, okay? Okay, if you want the PPP, you gotta click this box, bro. I'm not telling you to click this box, but I'm saying if you want the PPP, you gotta click this box. And I swear to God, I think that's what he's over there telling these people because he's a tax guy. That's his thing. I mean, that's legit. But now he's gonna teach them how to be anti-corrupt with their taxes.
And how did he get connected with these people? And how?
And then how is he still even using like libertarian stuff? Like,
oh yeah,
didn't y'all take when you were kicked out, when you are officially kicked out of something, it would be like if somebody got kicked out of the FMU and then they kept using, which no one would. Don't take it like I'm just saying, or Marvel Universe or whatever, and they kept on using the Marvel shit. Okay, like you don't go here, bro.
You don't go here.
You don't go here. And so, yeah, that was what I found like seriously, like most not like what, like, and then he you just can't keep claiming the libertarian thing, man. Like you don't go here and you don't represent us and you haven't. We put that shit in paper. You don't represent us. Go away. We want be gone. Caw. So, yeah, that was hilarious. I woke up this morning to that, was like, what? What? So yeah, that's you got an obvious corrupt tax man.
Like he is unfortunate looking. He is very unfortunate looking.
Also, does he know what they do to gay people over there? I mean, I'm not to being gay. There's anything wrong with being gay at all. There's nothing wrong with that. But like, do you know what they think? They don't think that. They disagree. Yeah, why on earth would you help these people, especially as a libertarian, unless they are paying you a shit pile of money to come over there and do this shit, which is what.
It's Joe Bishop Henchman, right? That's how you spell it.
Yes.
Right. He got kicked out of the Libertarian Party for being. He was correct. He was like causing shit. Like, what exactly did he do?
It was with Karen Ann Harlos, and Karen
That's
Ann
right.
Harlos went to blow the whistle on
That's right.
them getting involved. It's a lot. She could.
They were like
obviously
starting that they're gonna try and do a whole new national party or
It
something,
was
right?
they were interfering with state affiliates, and they were actively it was actively anti-Mises. And
Right.
that's really what it boils down to. Is it was the old regime and their last straw.
Oh, and he stole their name, or they
And
stole
he
all the data,
yes,
right?
yes, they stole the data. There was a yes, that's it. That's it. Who's ever yes. Like I said, that was long, but he's a bad person and a bad leader and corrupt as hell and a tax guy. You know,
Yep.
this is what the MC, you know, worked so hard to combat and get and remove. And so, you know, thank God for them and the energy and the work from everyone from, you know, local affiliates all the way up. So to get rid of these people because they are actively anti-liberty.
Yes.
Like actively.
Yep.
And they like to remain in the shadows because they like to do their dirty shit, and they don't like. That's why they're not on Twitter. That's why they don't participate in, you know, the forum, because they just like to be able to do their shit, and it's gross. So no, screw him. And not that I supported the Ukraine at all before, but now that I know that they got him on their team, y'all can get fucked. I don't care what happens to y'all. I mean,
How are they having conferences in a war-torn country? I cannot wrap my mind around if this is such a bad if all this bad shit's going on, and they keep continuing having like different conferences over there, and then all the shit with
They had
Zelensky, the photo shoots, and everything.
a band U2 played over there at one point.
Yeah, they had a fucking concert.
Yeah, they had a whole like relief concert and well, how does the leader of a country that's at war active like leaving and coming back?
Right.
This
hilarious because before he was in power, he was like a comedian.
Yes, he was on he was on Ukrainian Star Search or some shit. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like he can play the piano with his dick or something like that.
There are some things that
I've been practicing playing the piano with my dick too. I'm getting pretty good.
Dude, I bet you're doing so good. You could probably do better than him. I don't know. I don't know. He did something stupid like that on national television, and like it's like Arnold Schwarzenegger becoming the governor. You know, but like they made him their supreme leader, and yeah, I've never heard of a country that's at war has their president or whatever leaving and coming back, making speeches in foreign countries and coming back.
It's crazy. What? Yeah, Adam, especially like the nurses dancing during the pandemic. That was that was so fucking weird. That was all what the psychological abuse they were throwing at everybody. And to make people feel like they were so fucking scared, but then cheering for them dancing while they're not fucking doing anything. Like how people's brains were mush. Like people's brains are fucking mush.
Yeah, they were. Oh, well, and now that's you know, this week was it the Los Angeles County School Board or whatever union? I don't know. We don't really. Teachers unions are stupid, but the union went on strike. So it was like the largest teacher strike in history, and they spent their time dancing in the street.
Oh, I think I saw the videos because someone was making fun of them because a lot of them were fat.
Yeah, well, they're not pretty. Most of them, I mean, they should have put
government workers were using the government union to protest the government. Am I getting that right?
yeah, they want more money. I mean, that's essentially what all this shit boils down to, right? They want more money. And so the union that represents the most teachers in this part of California, they all left the classroom. They all went on strike.
They care
And
about those children. They care
yeah,
about
it's
those
really all
children.
about those kids. Yeah. And so that was, I've thought that was, and so I just thought it was interesting that they are still employing COVID tactics.
Yes.
Like in a time when like things are coming out rapidly that like we were right, that this is all bullshit. Everything was bullshit. And so I found it interesting from like a marketing standpoint that like they were still like, we're still gonna dance. We need a new trope. You need a new trope. You need a new thing. Go get a new thing because this isn't going to garner you anything other than laughs, and the few thousand loudmouths on Twitter don't dictate the rest of the country and most people's opinion. Um, that call them heroes. Heroes for what? For demanding more money to when they're already paid. Those bitches are paid insane money. Teachers get paid insane money over there. Um, don't even give me it's so inflated. And then for them to demand more, y'all are just pieces of shit. This is not about the kids. This is not about making sure that you're a good teacher, that you're provided for, that these kids are provided for. Most importantly, just, you don't think what you're getting paid is fair. What does that even mean?
Right.
Like
Well, then they're like,
people,
I can't be a good teacher if I have to worry about paying my rent. And it's like, bitch, everyone has to worry about paying their mortgage and the
okay,
rent
there's
at
never
any job.
there's never going to be an amount of money where you're not worried about paying like it sounds like you have a money problem. If like you are worried about paying your rent, like I understand inflation, but like your rent is more than likely still your rent. If it's not, move. I don't know what to tell you. Like, especially if you're renting, move. If your rent goes up and you can't afford it, go somewhere else. Like, that's what most people do. They don't
Yeah.
go then to their boss and say, damn it, my rent went up. I need more money. This isn't JG Whitworth, okay? You don't get to just, call us for your lump sum. No. No. Uh no. No. So that's what, but yeah, that's if you're worried about paying your rent because your rate's been inflated and then you need to go find somewhere that's rent, and if it's like, well, that's downsizing.
And still, everyone's got to be good. They think it's an excuse to be bad at their job. I'm like, oh, then everybody's got an excuse to be bad at
Right.
their job.
Right. Like you don't then get to go to your boss and demand that you get paid more money to do the exact same job that you've been doing because you have money issues. Like that's not how the real world works. That's how government people think though. That's how, especially union people. But that's how government people think, is that, oh well, inflation, I work for the government's getting more money, so therefore I should get more money. And it's like, no, the government is printing more money. They're printing dollars. That is not getting more money. And this is why all of you that graduated in education and not a specialized degree, this is why you failed.
Right.
Because you got a degree in education. You got a degree for the government. Like you went and you got a degree in education to go teach in government, and whether it's private, public, it doesn't matter. You're going to teach at something that's regulated by the government. Therefore, you think that your pay should be on par with inflation, and the public sector doesn't get to, private sector doesn't get to do that. Unless you're in a union, unless you work for Starbucks or Amazon. But like,
yeah, in those Starbucks, I mean, they could write a book like The Jungle about those Starbucks conditions. They needed to organize and make a union because, I mean, they were just picking up slop off the floor and having to work a couple hours. They had to work like 6-hour shifts. So they are like being worked to the bone, like it was the fucking meat packing industry back in the 1920s. Like the same shit, same exact shit.
I feel real sorry for them with their coffee job. Again, You do the same job. You do not then get to, I mean, but that's the private sector. And obvious, and if the private sector, if Starbucks can charge for more charge more per coffee, and people are willing to pay for that coffee,
Yeah.
okay,
Free
well then
market.
more power to you, Starbucks. Fine. That's good. But I did hear this week that Disney, their union also had a meeting, and they're gonna ramp their average their hourly pay from $15 to $18. And I said, well, Mickey about to be a hologram because they're not gonna be able to afford nobody to fill the suit. That's where that goes,
Yeah.
You're gonna see less people, more trash, more automation, which part of Disney is the experience, and it's all the people that are there dedicated to the Disney experience that make it so special. So when it's all automated and holograms, it's really going to take, and trashy because they don't have enough people to pick up trash. You're going to see, that's what happens. But you can't, people already can't afford to go to Disney, and now you're going to make it to where they have to pay their people more. So they're going to have to charge more to get into the place, which fine. That's capitalism. They're allowed to do that. But then, things
If
will,
the government's not telling them how much they have to pay people, or you know what I mean, as long as the government's not getting involved with that. But
oh, I'm sure they are. But for this part, from what I mean, it's a union. It's a
yeah,
union demanding this. So probably, I'm sure the
only
government's got its hand in the pot. Absolutely. And they are somehow, I'd have to go back and look at the article, but it was something like, it was almost like they were like sticking it to DeSantis. We're going to pay our people more. Grr,
and your tax bracket, now you're in the next tax bracket. Now you got to pay more taxes.
Right.
Like,
So paying people $3 more an hour is not you're not, that's stupid. I mean, what is $3? What's $5? You might as well just do $20 more an hour.
Yep.
Because then, but people don't understand. But yeah, I saw that. Yeah. So two big unions in this country this week all announced they want, more money. And I think you're going to start seeing that more. Yep. Like you did in 2008. I mean, just like you did in 2008. You guys, does anyone else remember the writers' strike in Hollywood in 2008?
Yep.
And like everything went to fucking shit. Dexter. Dexter was one of the biggest casualties of the writers' strike because it was like, that's why the last season was so bad, because they lost their writers. It was so bad. But you're gonna start seeing a whole lot more of that. People demanding more money because of inflation, and just know it's a good sign that the bubble is about to burst.
Shannon, yeah, you like how I was like, I will fight against status. I'm sorry, but if you're coming in my chat saying, no, we need the government to tax the plastic bags to make people not use them, I am not going to just be like, oh, yeah, you know what? That's a great idea. That's a great idea. Like, people don't understand anti-authoritarian. Like, they don't get, when you're not a status, they just don't understand how you could look beyond that. And like,
yep,
then
it's hard.
I made a lot of fucking posts about it because I have a lot of fucking points to make about it now. When you're gonna like say shit, and then they're like, really, like, how many times do I have to point out that it won't fucking do shit? And if you're like, it really is like the mask. Like, I really feel like the mask, like, people really thought they were fucking doing something. Yeah, not using a couple extra plastic bags ain't doing shit. It ain't doing shit for nothing. Just like the mask did shit for nothing. Like, and how many other people are arguing, like, people buy brand new dog poop bags, or they have the new poop bags at the parks and stuff. And it's like, I think I'm a little more green if I'm using a bag for that. If I use it for the grocery and use it to pick up poop, it's already doing more. That's more green than using a new bag. Like,
yeah, right. Yeah, if you just use your grocery bags, then you're right. So you might as well just use them for your poop bags. And so, yes, that's aw.
Everyone go follow Terribly Tactical is a huge catalyst of the FMU too. He was, when I was starting TT was like huge. He had me on. A lot of my followers I stole from TT, and I'm not giving them back. So I'm just kidding.
All right. Well,
So
awesome. Thanks,
everyone go
TT.
follow him. His live streams tonight. Sorry, TT, I probably can't watch your live stream because I'm going on a beggar live stream, but you know I love you. I'm just kidding. Love you, TT. Anyways, go on. You finish your thought.
No, it's irrelevant. Doesn't matter.
We
I
know.
don't.
We know. These
Yeah,
people
yeah.
are
You guys.
idiots, and we're right, and they're wrong.
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah. That's it. Yeah, plastic bags. Yeah. Well, I certainly know. I certainly know that the solution is not to tax the use of plastic bags. Let's not do that. I know I've told this story 100 times probably, but whenever I first moved to Austin last year, for a brief moment, I went to the HEB, the grocery store, and I got up to the counter to check out, and the young man's like, "Will you need bags today?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "How many?" Bro, I don't know. That's your job. You put the stuff in the bag. Like, I am confused. And he was like, "No, ma'am, you have to pay for the bags." And I was like,
Like, weird shit is that?
"What?"
What kind of
And I
weird
was like, "Well, yeah." I was like, well, how much are bags?" And he's like, "They're 20 cents a piece." 20 cents a fucking piece. Why? Well, we want you, it's to encourage you to use your own bags.
I can't pick up dog shit with my reusable bags. I can't.
Yeah.
I
I'm like, "Oh, okay, I don't know. Well, I guess we'll start with 5 bags then, and we'll see where we go from there." And like, I don't know. Like, I don't know, but I have literally I was not. I was blown away. And so from that point on, I went outside of Austin city limits, and I went North Austin, and they don't make you pay for bags, and they have like,
I was about to say the only thing
Yeah.
they encourage you to do is to shop elsewhere.
Yeah. I was like, well, I will never come back here because and I guess the people behind me like picked up that I'm not from there, and they were like, yeah, if you go shop outside of Austin city limits, they won't make you pay for the bags. And I was like, oh, thank God. Okay, cool. And I did, and I never went back. And I had an HEB like literally right down the street from my house, and I never went there. I traveled 20 minutes north to that HEB so I don't have to pay for bags. And no, I didn't bring back reusable bags. I threw them away because they give you these really nice plastic bags, which I don't want to pay for that. I just want the regular. I just want the ones that say thank you on it. That's the one I want. I want the t-shirt bag. Like, I don't need this fancy with I don't need that. I don't want to pay for that. And this is socialism or something. I'm not. I will not support it. Okay. Yeah. So that was my country come to town story whenever I first got to ATX, and then there was a whole bunch of other ones, but definitely that one. I was like, I'm not in Kansas anymore.
It's statewide here this year. It's statewide in Colorado, so that's really cool. Really cool.
The government is already so involved, way too involved in my groceries as it is, between everything in my produce and all the hormones and everything, right? Everything. And the last thing I want them involved in is how I bag my fucking groceries.
No.
Like, shut the fuck up. No.
It's so like, oh, and everything in the grocery store, they probably have all these regulations that everything has to be plastic wrapped perfectly and all this shit. And then they're like, but you who will use this bag at least 2 times, you can't have that. Like, and it does work. I haven't been buying them. It does work and making me not use them, but now I'm running out of bags for my poop, for the dog poop. You know what I mean?
Now you're gonna have to go spend $10 on a thing of 4 rolls for actual dog poop bags, which are just as plastic as those other bags.
No.
So what have we saved here? What is the net positive of this? I'll wait. Yeah. It's just controlling. And so no. So taxing it is not the solution. And that's what tells me whenever someone's like, "Oh, we should just tax it." It's like, well, then this isn't really that big of a problem. If we could just like long term, like if this was that big of an issue, taxing it now to save for a later date to
Yeah.
like for
It's all,
recovery of the
yeah.
effects, like then it's probably not that big of an issue.
And they say, well, it takes forever for them to dissolve and stuff. And I'm like, no, I have seen plastic bags that like I found on hikes or something that are not that old, that are like crisping up into tiny little pieces and drying out. And like, not that it's great for that to go into the environment probably, but also it's breaking fucking down. It came from the environment, some of it in some way. You know what I mean? So
If
it's
it
like,
was that, it will, and what's up? Okay, right. Further your point, if it's recycled, isn't it broke? Isn't it then broke down? Is it
turn into something else.
right? So lots of people recycle them. Again, or some people use it. Yeah, I mean, they can break down. I think that's a lie. They can break down, and people put a whole bunch of shit in water sources that isn't plastic bags. You know what I mean?
Like
by the
fucking
time
40,000-pound bombs and shit.
radiation.
Yeah.
People put chemicals in water sources. I know y'all saw Aaron Brockovich. They've been doing that shit a long time.
This shit just happened here last month.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that was about to be my next point. Is that old Palestine? I hear it's a great place to go and drink water at. But that's but we're supposed to be more concerned with plastic bags than East Palestine and what's in their top water. Yeah, that's what they want. That's backwards. So no, taxing your way out of a problem, if it even is a problem, is not the solution. Yeah, no.
Well, we hit an hour, so why don't we end it there?
Man, that was fast.
Sounds good. Yeah, that was fun. Yeah, that was fast.
I know it went fast. Well, it's because we're just like talking, it's just
hanging out.
Yeah. So everyone go ahead. Everyone do their plugs.
Hex, you go first.
Okay, everyone, the regulars, but for any newcomers, Hexcelerate everywhere: YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, all that. Again, probably streaming Thursday at 6 EST. So check into my YouTube for that. I am also on Rumble and Odyssey, same name.
Awesome. I'm CD McRae and Liberty Antigone on Twitter, not Instagram, on Twitter, and yeah, go follow me and follow Hex and TT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I won't be doing any streams this week other than back to Golden Stars because I'm swamped. So everyone except I'm doing the other ones, Jesse Kelly and some cast and shit tonight. But
that's so cool.
Fucking
I'm excited
swamped.
for that.
Wednesday through Sunday. What?
Everybody go move to Arvada, Colorado, and vote for Forest Mommy.
Yeah, and use me as your real estate broker too, please. Thank you.
Yeah, most importantly, most importantly,
if I can't handle it, I'll refer it out to my broker. Like Rowan. All right, thanks everyone for watching. Have a good rest of your Sunday. Bye.
Bye.